Hello gamers and welcome to episode 361 of the Super Ultra Podcast Arcade for February 6, 2022. I am one of your co-hosts, Daniel Nicholson, and with me is my co-host, Dominic Stallworth. What's going on this week, Dominic?
It's been an alright week. You know, it's the week before the Super Bowl. But there's been a lot of news, man, in football that is not about Super Bowl. And I know the NFL is like, okay, we don't like this. We need to get back on track here.
Let's refocus.
The first big news, well, actually, that's not the first one. But before I get to the big one, it's quite a few ones. I'm trying to think, what should I leave for last? No, I'll leave the my
I
one
would
that
say
actually
leave that one
affects
for
me
last, yeah.
last. Yeah. So, okay, let's start with the Brian Flores. I'm gonna start with that one.
All right.
Brian Flores, former coach of the Miami Dolphins, he just got fired from the team. But he is suing the NFL for racial discrimination because of what he had to deal with. And then you can look at the league. There's only one black coach now. Again, I think it started with actually after he got fired, you get interviews for other jobs. He was getting interviews for other jobs, and one was the Giants. And he used to work with Bill Belichick under him. And I guess they're still friends. And Bill Belichick had called him saying, congratulate him on the Giants job. Now, he didn't go to interview yet. He was like, oh, I got the job?
Nice.
And the guy, he said, yeah, somebody called me, and told me you got the job. Congratulations. And then I think he called him back to say, are you talking about the right Brian? Are you talking to the right Brian? Because there's another Brian that he knows also. So Belichick said, oh, yeah. He was like, it is. So I'm sorry. And this is all through a text. So it's not, I don't think it was a call. I think it was all through text. So Bill Belichick, being the old fogey he is, he didn't know, he didn't know who he was talking to.
Like, there's only one Brian in my phone.
And I say, oh, I thought I put you on the black Brian.
Oh, man. Yikes.
I was joking. But anyway, so thing is, he said, wait a minute. He's up for an interview. He's about to go up to New York for the interview, and they already have the guy for the job. So it was like
the white guy for the job.
And so I think that really started things off. And then he even told some stories about how they were going to pay him $100,000 to lose games, like because to get a higher pick in the draft. And
yeah, I saw some stuff about that.
I always sort of thought that. Daniel, I mean, I always thought when coaches were losing, at the end, I was like, are they losing on purpose?
Yeah.
Or is it just happening this way?
I think it's just nice to know that they're getting paid for losing on purpose.
Well, see, that's the thing. Because I'm thinking, like, if he loses and they fire him,
right?
What does he get out of it?
How does he benefit from that new draft pick? Yeah. Exactly.
But then again, maybe it's like, hey, we're going to fire you, but hey, we're going to keep a couple more $100,000.
You're going to be our scapegoat.
You know what? You can, you fire you, but you get, lose these last 5 games. That's $500,000, man. Yeah. Something like that. And yeah, so that just tells you, like, well, if this guy's getting paid to lose games, we know it's got to be other places they're doing that, right? This can't be just like the outlier. Like, oh yeah, this they were just doing that. Nah, I'm loving this because shit is coming out.
Yeah.
Of what this sport really is. I mean, what major sports really is. Like,
it's fixed for years, Dominic.
It's entertainment. This stuff's entertainment. Like, not everything is on the up and up, man. It's not legit. Like it's not totally legit, I should say, because you can't get everybody on it because they're just players are players. Right. You might get some on board, but you're not gonna get most of them probably
Plus
on board.
Plus, you can't let them in on it. Otherwise, they'll just blow the whistle.
Exactly. Yeah, they're gonna definitely blow the whistle. So what you have to do is like certain things, like I said, with refs, make certain calls, or with the coaches, don't put certain players in.
Yeah,
something like that.
Or change plays.
Or plays.
Like, well,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that can happen, and then I don't know. I'm just saying, look, not saying you don't watch it. Just know that, just like how people watch wrestling, just watch like, hey, this ain't legit.
Yeah,
that does hurt me for gambling reasons. Like, man, so what? Who's gonna fix? How they gonna fix this game? But I guess that's how you do it. It's like, I don't know which game, how they're gonna fix the game, so I might as well. I guess it's still technically gambling, but it's a little weird. I mean, even though you said people gamble on wrestling,
Yep.
That's really weird to me. But anyway, but now that don't look too weird because it is all just fixed anyway. It's like, hey, everything's fixed. So what the hell? I mean, I think some things don't ever fall through that they fix because, like I said, it's not everybody's in on it. But knowing that this guy get paid $100,000 allegedly, I guess I should say. But you know what? I'm going to believe this dude, though. I'm sorry. I'm going to believe shit like this.
If he's willing to take them to court, then I would hope he's got the receipts for it.
Yeah, because I would think they would just go after him for defamation and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know John Elway came out saying that, like, of course, against that shit stuff and things like that. So, of course, John Elway, you're not going to say that shit. Like, this shit's going to happen. I know a former coach agreed with them, but I guess people say, oh, he's a former coach, he got fired. I say, yeah, that's true, but doesn't mean it's not true.
Yeah.
So that's going on. So the NFL definitely doesn't want it. They want to quiet that down because, like, hey, man, they got Super Bowl coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And so that doesn't sound good for them. Another big football news is Tom Brady is officially retired now.
The GOAT, Dominic, the GOAT.
Yeah, the GOAT is finally retired. I'm stabbing myself in the balls as I'm saying, calling him the GOAT. And
but you know it's true.
Because last week we heard it, but it was rumors out there, and it was kind of official. It was unofficial, official kind of thing going on. Now it's official of him actually stating it. So so he's finally retired. I wish he retired like 5 years ago, but he finally did it now, and good for him. I don't know what's he doing after football. I know some people say I'm excited to find out what he do after football. I said I'm not. If I don't hear about this,
let me tell you about
I
NFTs, Dominic.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna get the NFTs because I did watch South Park and they had a little thing going. Bitcoin. I'll get to that. All right. Anyway, yeah, I know Tom Brady probably talking NFTs and stuff. Well, you know what? People of his ilk. They can do that.
I mean, they already got Tony Hawk apparently now, Dominic. They got Tony Hawk. So
yeah. Like I said, all the celebrities and them, they're all in on this shit. Like they can do that because they're getting paid to fucking promote the shit.
They're getting real money to promote their fake money.
They're not getting paid in Bitcoins.
No. Anyway,
so that's the big news. I'm trying to think anything else happened around sports. Nothing I really know about. I mean, we have the Olympics happening.
Yeah.
They went to Olympics, but that's worse than the Summer Olympics, so who cares?
US has 2 silver medals right now, Dominic.
Oh, well, that's good. It's like I mean, I'm just excited to the Winter Olympics. I'm just not really been. All I did was like Cool Runnings, the movie. So that was the closest thing I ever been into. Ice skating, I was never into that. I mean, it looked nice. I mean, like I can, unless it's Disney on Ice, I can watch it. But
it's incredible that they're able to do that stuff. But yeah.
I mean, you know what? I don't dislike ice skating. I mean, I can watch it, but I never can just sit down and watch it for like all that competition, like that.
Yeah.
For some reason. Like, but I can watch like a segment, like somebody's doing something. So okay, that's nice. Now, when I was younger, I was always hoping they fall. And I mean, that's wrong. But as a kid, you just like your crew like that.
Yeah.
When they fell. And I did not understand the Tonya Harding thing back when I was young. I didn't know how. I was thinking like somebody came out literally on the ice ring and hit that lady.
That would have been wild.
I was like, I did not understand what exactly happened until maybe like, I think like weeks later though, then I saw it on the news again. I said, oh, so it's okay. I was thinking like somebody came. I said, oh, why didn't you stop them? So
they don't have security there.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's it. Now the biggest news for me is my team officially got their name. It was on 2/2/22. They had it all set up. It leaked out a little early before they were supposed to announce it on the, I think, Today's show. They had the announcement.
Yeah, because you had me up at like 6 or whatever in the morning. Around the time I was awake.
Well, I was ready, Daniel. I got up early too. I was so excited. And then I saw it leaked early and I saw it and I was so upset. I was just like, oh, they're calling them the Washington Commanders. And
which is in line with what you had said previously, because you said they were going to do something military related. It sounded like from the reports.
Now, the two jerseys, the burgundy and the black ones, look okay to me.
Uh-huh.
But the white ones, they look horrible because they're not even the right red. They're not even burgundy in the numbers. It looks like cardinal red.
Yeah.
And there's no, I don't think I even see any yellow. So, well, or gold, as they would say. So I'm like, why did you choose this color? Like, I don't get this. What is this? The name, I do not really care for it, but just like Wizards, after you just keep, I guess after some years, you're just going to get used to it. So, I mean, even though technically I still think Wizards is a bad name, I'm used to it, but I still think it's like, I don't really hate it like when I first heard it, put it like that. Commanders, I probably get used to it, but people are doing a lot of jokes with it. The comms, they call it, because they say people call Commanders comms, which I never knew that, but whatever. I'm not really into that military shit. It's only in video games. Like I know like Frosty, Charlie, and
what did you think XCOM stood for, Dominic? It's Extreme Commanders.
Oh, that's what it stands for?
No, I don't know.
I thought excommunication.
It might be.
But anyway, but then people started saying commies and stuff up now online.
That's stuff you were sending me. I was like, yes, I'm on board with this.
Yeah, they started kind of watching the commies. And then we got some propaganda, like Russian propaganda stuff with like Daniel Snyder and like the football team. And then we got some people really angry about that. Though.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, how dare you talk about this socialistic stuff and like how they use this as a joke. It's like, it's just a joke, dude. It's like, it's not that serious. But they bleed red, white, and blue, man. Yeah. They're like, they ain't for that shit.
Well, they're for America's team, Dominic.
They already hate that they had to get rid of Redskins, and then you just call them commies now? It's like, come on. You just tear their hearts out. Yeah, and of course you got people who keep saying, it's always be the Redskins to me, and blah, 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 and stuff like that. It's like,
it feels like such a non-name because, like, it's not even like they based the logo around Commanders. It's just the W, so it's literally just like, oh, we don't want to keep having to call them the Washington team, so let's just give them a word.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't even put any creativity.
Oh, we're still not going to have a mascot. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I don't think they're going to have it like command, like the Patriot. There actually is a real person who dressed up like, the old colonial type of Patriot.
I could see them, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what you do with a commander outside of just making him look like a war guy, and then I'm sure there would be at least some backlash against that.
Should have called him the Master Chief. Well, it's always Chiefs.
The Master Chiefs.
I really wish they could have did Red Wolf. I really do.
Yeah.
I really wish they could have done that.
It just, I don't know. Was there any talk of like why that was something that they maybe couldn't have done? They said
somebody else has the license to that, or
nobody had the license for Commanders. Like, that's such a basic term. Somebody had to have that.
Well,
shit.
I think there was a San Antonio Commanders that was in one of those football leagues that happened like 3 years ago.
That's even sadder then.
That's what somebody said. I said, man, this sounds like one of those XFL teams. Like, well, it was on I forgot what it was. The one that came out first before the XFL came back.
Oh, yeah, look at that. The San Antonio Commanders were part of the American football, the Alliance of something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes, Alliance of American Football. Yeah, that was the one that died because of COVID, right?
No. XFL died for COVID. That died because they just didn't know how to spend money.
Right. Oh, that's what it was. That was the one where they like bankrupted halfway through that's what it was. Okay.
People didn't know how to get home.
God damn, that's so sad.
That's fucking horrible.
But yeah, San Antonio Commanders, that is wild that they just,
I know.
They're like, we can get this for cheap.
Commanders. You know what? I think my brother was telling me that top 3 was still watching the football team. So I was like, darn. I guess between those, I would have probably just said, just call us to watch the football team. Fuck it. This is a fucking name. I don't know. What's better, the Guardians or the Commanders? Guardians is the Cleveland Indians.
I think the Guardians is okay. Plus, it has like the history tied to it with those Guardian statues that they have around Cleveland or whatever.
But I mean, Commanders that could be like a Washington thing. I mean, Commander in Chief.
Yeah, but also, I mean, you can do that. But I like the like cleverness of the Guardians too, because it's like Indians, Guardians, like they.
Oh yeah,
the transition was very smooth there. I feel like. I don't know. It just the commander's name just feels so bland.
It really does,
especially when you had. I mean that. This is like one of those expectations things, right? If they had just come out immediately after dropping the other name and going to the commanders, it would have been like, boo, because we want the old name back. But I think giving it has it only been a year or has it been like 2 years?
2 years. 2 years.
2 years of people like setting expectations, designing things like the Red Wolves and having options that a lot of people think are better in a lot of ways. You know, you're only setting yourselves up for disappointment because Dan Snyder, right?
Yeah, exactly. And somebody said, "Yo, I'll be all for Commanders if they just got rid of Dan Snyder."
Right.
And I think who did I see? They say they saw something with Daniel Snyder. Some other people, like women, going after him now. I think my brother said that, and I was like, man, I hope that works out, man. Like, I hope they get him, because they say that he was actually doing something. So
directly,
I was like, good.
Oh wow.
Because other times we didn't really hear directly from him.
Right. Yeah. Fucking Teflon Don Dan Snyder over here. So everything slides off him, but not this time.
So I'm hoping they get something to stick. Shit. All right.
You showed me that video of them sending like Teslas out with stuff. Are they just going around like giving out free merch and stuff?
No, I think just driving around for people to see the name.
Oh, that's shitty. Should have been throwing hats at people or something at least. Free fanny packs.
I mean, if they did, I don't know. I mean,
especially going out in Teslas, people are probably like, these fucking elitist assholes.
Well, yeah.
Cowboys fans just throwing trash at them.
Whatever. Cowboys, look their owner. Their owner literally, like, his franchise, I think, is the biggest in the world.
But I could have a beer with him, Dominic. He's not driving around in a Tesla.
He's not.
In something American made, I'm sure. F-350 or something.
Oh, yeah.
Converted into a limousine so he doesn't have to drive it himself.
With like humongous wheels and stuff like that. Like
it's like a monster truck.
Yeah.
Gotta keep up appearances.
All right, so that's it. You got any wrestling news? Anything big happen?
No, I think we talked about the Royal Rumble stuff last week.
Oh, yeah, last week.
We're good.
All right, so now we go into what we've been watching. So I didn't watch Book of Boba or Peacemaker this week because I was busy doing the Game of the Year podcast. So I can't really focus on those shows. So what did you so how were they?
Just as a brief overview, I think both of them were pretty good this week. Peacemaker, you're getting into the kind of shit of it because it's got, after this episode, it's got 2 more episodes left. It's going to be 8 episodes total. Yeah, so I think it was an enjoyable episode. And the same with Book of Boba. You're kind of following up on the last episode, getting kind of everybody together. And there's kind of some cool surprises in there too. So.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So how many episodes is left for Book of Boba?
Honestly, I think there's 1. I think I looked it up. Let me see. Book of Boba. I want to say there's 1, but like 7 episodes sounds weird. Or maybe this was the 5th episode. Let's see. No, that was the 6th episode. Yeah, so there's 7 episodes of Book of Boba. So there's 1 episode left. Yeah.
And what's the next thing from Disney? Is it Moon Knight?
Does Moon Knight have a date yet? It might be. I think it is. Moon Knight.
And then what's the Obi-Wan one?
Yeah, that's March 30th. The Obi-Wan, they just, there was a leak saying that was going to be May, possibly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which makes sense if you have like, May the 4th be with you. And it's like, hey, coming in a week or, even just like surprise debut.
What about like the Jar Jar one that's supposed to be like with Disney Junior? He got a show coming out.
I don't think that's real, though.
No. Oh, okay. They should do a Disney Junior thing with Jar Jar Binks. Teaching the kids how to do ABCs and stuff.
You know, the way they're kind of like taking some of this old stuff, like you got the Mandalorian spoilers running around in the Naboo Starfighter now, which was on the last episode, so I'm not spoiling it for you, Dominic. Just everybody else. You know, trying to kind of retcon some of that old stuff from the prequel generation. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if...
Well, at least tell us that they've been like a genocide and they kill all the Gungans or something.
I mean, at some point you gotta find something about Jar Jar, right?
Yeah, because what's going on in Naboo?
He didn't get killed in the Clone Wars, did he?
No.
All right. Then
remember, you saw him at the funeral.
Which funeral?
Padme.
Oh yeah,
Padme's funeral.
But like, isn't that? I don't know.
Episode
These timelines are like so confusing. It's
episode 3. That's when
right.
Yeah,
but the Clone Wars, I guess the Clone Wars do happen.
It's before that.
God damn.
Clone was before that, man.
Where's Rebels at? Where does that fit in?
That is between the episode 3 and episode 4.
4. Okay. Yeah, because honestly, like a lot of this stuff is just like, even Mandalorian, I have to think about sometimes where it's like, oh yeah, okay, it happens after the original series, but happens before the new series. So it's, you know, because I mean, especially once you have like Ahsoka and stuff turning up, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, she's there, but she's still here, even though we never saw her in, you know, those original movies, and you know, but the galaxy's big, so it makes sense. All right,
and you know what? I would know. Star Wars is just they're in their own galaxy, right? Just one galaxy. They don't go to another galaxy, right? It's not multiple galaxies.
I think so. I think it's just one galaxy.
Yeah, okay.
They don't say in galaxies far, far away, right?
Yeah, so. Well, yeah, I know that. I mean, I know the logo, but I just want to know, have they gone like, hey, I'm going to this other galaxy or something like that?
They probably talk about it in some book or something, but they probably only explore the galaxy, I think. Yeah. Oh, look at that. They have a map and everything. Here's the outer ring and mid-rim.
That thing ain't canon. It just changes like the Simpsons house.
Exactly. Look how close Coruscant is to the core of the galaxy. What's in the core of the galaxy? Baku. There are a lot of places I've heard of, Dominic.
Yep, they got all those places are just like the forests. They're just forests or deserts or snow.
See, that would be the interesting thing to find out, right? Is like, are these planets on the outer rim, do they share similar biomes because of their distance from the core? Or is it just like, Jakku's over here, that's a desert planet, but also Tatooine's
I didn't know there was science involved in Star Wars, honestly.
Science and mag. I mean, it's all science now, Dominic, because they replaced the Force with midichlorians.
But now, I thought that was retconned out because everybody
got
could be a
retconned
Jedi.
Out, but then it got retconned back in.
Oh, that's right, because now
they were trying to
the
get
last movie did nothing with that,
and they were trying to get the midichlorians out of Baby Yoda.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Bring it all back together, Dominic.
All right, so I guess I can talk about I watched South Park. It premiered this week.
Okay.
Well, last week. And I didn't know it was premiering until I just saw a commercial. I was like, oh shit. And I just watched it actually last night as of this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all right. It dealt with it was like a play on, I guess, the whole mask stuff, basically, but with pajamas. Because the kids, it was supposed to be pajama day or something, but they got punished. This one class got punished, but the main class with all the characters. Right. And because Mr. Garrison said, like, because he was all yelling and complaining about the kids, but Mr. Garrison, he wasn't teaching them anything. He was complaining about his boyfriend and stuff, and they weren't reacting to him. So he got angry, and then that's when the principal came, PC principal, and then Garrison said, hey, these kids I can't get through to them or something like that. And then he punished them saying they can't have pajama day. And they were pissed because they really want pajama day because I think they said it's like the Met Gala for them, for the kids.
It checks out.
And then so Cartman said, "What are they doing? What is this, Nazi Germany and something like that?" And this is what that's what everybody always seems to say in this episode.
Yeah.
And then so they did a protest where everybody it spread it to everybody, and all the adults were wearing pajamas in protest to work. So it became like, I guess, like wearing a mask. And so one time when a guy didn't have a pajamas on, they was like, "What are you doing?" He said, "Oh, I didn't want to wear pajamas." They say, "Well, you see, we all wearing pajamas." It's like, why he want to be like that? So yeah, and then they say, "Hey, what's this, Nazi Germany? I have to wear pajamas." I say, "You forced me to wear pajamas." And then they have places where they say, "We cannot come in unless you're wearing pajamas." There's some places. And then one time a person, she called the police because her husband would not put pajamas on in bed. And he's like, "I don't have to put pajamas on. I just want to lay down and sleep." And then the guy was like, "Well, you can see in this instance, it actually makes sense to wear pajamas." That's what the police were saying. So say, I shouldn't have to wear pajamas if I don't want to. Something like that. And then, it went along that. It was okay. It was an okay episode. At first, I wasn't really getting it. I was like, what is this supposed to be a play on? Then until they got to the part where the protest stuff happening, people start wearing pajamas. Okay, I guess it's about like mask and like on both sides, how both sides, like it's all division. Like there's always something divisive or division, no matter what. And it was an alright episode. It was pretty good. But you know what? I got a question though. Are there any places that have carded people to say if they're vaccinated? Because I haven't been nowhere. I have been places they said you must be vaccinated to be here, but they never card me. So we just say, yeah. I mean, I have been vaccinated, so I mean, I'm not lying, but at some point they went card. But I don't know, maybe people just ain't doing it, or like it's just like one of those things. You can do it, but they just choose not to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you could. I mean, as like a private business, I'm sure you could restrict people that way. I know there are like concerts and things where they'll do that, especially like up in New York. They have like this vaccine passport app on your phone that you can download and verify that you've been vaccinated. And that's a way that you can get into a show or whatever. But
okay.
I mean, I'm not going around too much, but I haven't run into that at all. I don't even think I've been anywhere that has required a vaccine necessarily yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I mean, most it's the mask. That's the most that they have to deal with. All right, so I guess we get to what we're playing, and I haven't played much this week because I was editing that podcast.
Yeah.
So I only focused on one game, and that was Scarlet Nexus, which
nice.
I am close to the end of one scenario though, because like I said, you could pick the girl and a boy at the beginning, two main characters, and they actually are two separate stories. They're not like, oh, you're just playing as the girl and doing the same thing as the boy was doing. No, it's another story, because I see as playing the boy like, oh, she was somewhere else. Okay, I get how this is going to work now, which it makes it like almost two games, because I think they're almost like 20 hours each, so it's like a 40-hour game.
Oh wow, okay.
Together. I'm kind of, it's kind of cool, but then I'm kind of upset because I was like, I just want to be done with the game, but I'm not going to be actually done.
Right.
The game is, I mean, I like the gameplay. The gameplay is, like I said, is where it's at. The story, now playing more of it, it's not executed that well. Like it's actually, I like the story overall, but the execution is not done very well to me, because they leave you hanging of what's going on, like especially playing as the guy. What's his name? Yuito. Because he doesn't know what's going on, and the people he's with. Well, actually, I think a couple of them kind of do, and but I think the other two don't. Who's with you? I think it's like four guys with you.
Yeah,
and like the other group, that's what the girl. Her group was trying to kill you at first. And he was like, yo, why you trying to kill me? She said, basically, she ain't telling you why. She said, don't worry about it. I said, don't worry about it. You trying to kill me. What the fuck does that even mean? He's like, don't worry about it. And then they would never tell you what's going on. Like, you're trying to ask them, because this is your team. Y'all were like one team, but the OSF. They're not telling you, and they know stuff, and they're trying to kill you, and you don't know why. And then you keep asking other people you meet along the way, like, hey, what's happening here? Like, you don't need to know now, something like that. And say, it's like, you wouldn't understand. I was like, good God. Well, somebody please tell me what the fuck is going on. Like, that goes on too long. And then when I find out what's going on, I'm like, you could have told me. I said, this is bullshit. I sort of understand why they didn't, but they could have told me something.
Right.
And they told you nothing. So I'm just guessing shit. And I was totally far off of what the fuck they were really trying to do. So anyway, yeah, I don't like how they execute the story. It's just, but the story itself, like the whole reason why all the events are happening, I do like. I just wish there was a better script or something, man, with this. But the gameplay is awesome. See, I really love getting into battles and doing combos with your other teammates. Now I'm at the part where we're all together, so I have like, well, how many people now? Like 9 people now together. So, and you can switch up between them too. Like you switch, like you're always the main character, but you can switch up the teams to be to do combos. So even though you only can have 2 people with you to actually do like physical fighting, you can use the other people's abilities, everybody's ability though. So you don't have to have them with you to do their ability. So that's good. But yeah, it's all right. Like the game it's okay. Like it's definitely nowhere near no Tales of Arise.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like I could say I like the gameplay better than Tales of Arise. But it's just the execution of the story, not that good. Maybe the girl. I'm curious. I want to know if I play as the girl. Well, is that better? Is that actually better? And also, what doesn't make sense is because, like I said, they do have downtime where you can talk with your teammates. Like give them gifts, and they builds up bonds, which unlocks different abilities that they can do with you. Just like a lot of RPGs are doing now. Especially JRPGs. They always have this stuff where you can do that. But the thing is, you can still do bonds with the people that are trying to kill you too. So they'd be like, hey, let's just forget about what we're like us fighting and just go out and meet me at this restaurant. And they say, yeah, okay. I was like, this doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Why the fuck am I meeting these people who are trying to kill me? I mean, we were friends before they were trying to kill me, but now you're trying to kill me. Why am I bonding with these people? This doesn't make any fucking sense. And that's what makes it lose me. You lose me with that. It's like, this doesn't make any sense. Why am I going out talking to these people? And then next thing you know, I see them again. Oh, they're trying to kill me again. It's like, what the fuck? Anyway. Yeah, so that's all I play. So what you been playing?
All right, so I started playing Chicory.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
You got it on the Switch?
No, I got it on the Epic Store because they're doing like a Chinese New Year sale thing, and then they do their like $10 coupon.
Wait a minute, Chicory is
sales.
It's Asian developed?
No, that doesn't mean anything, Dominic. No.
Oh,
it's just another reason to have a sale on your store. So it's not.
Well, usually like for anything for Black History, I don't see that. They usually do something to do with Black people.
That's not. I'm gonna say it, Dominic. That's not a big enough holiday in the video game sphere, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, right now, I think they're still going on maybe, but they also do like this $10 coupon thing where like if you purchase it, well, first they give you a $10 coupon, and then if you purchase a thing, they give you another $10 coupon. So they like really just try and lock you into the cycle. They really do. Like it's annoying and incredible at the same time. So yeah, I picked it up. I played a little bit of it last night as of recording this, probably about 30 to 40 minutes or so. And I'm having a good time with it so far. I just did like the first, I don't know if you would even consider it a dungeon, but I got to a boss fight basically. The story goes that Chicory is this like amazing wand wielder or brush wielder, and she colors in the world. But something happened, and you, as the little dog character that you see in the videos that you play as, is actually the janitor. And she just picks up the wand because you don't know what happened to Chicory. And then you start going around the world, and everybody's like, you shouldn't have the wand. Or It's weird. The Chicory would have gave you the wand, so there's like a lot of self-doubt. And
Is Chicory a dog too?
Chicory is a bunny. Yeah, so like everybody's kind of a different thing because like you meet your dad later and he's a raccoon, and I'm pretty sure that you are not like a baby raccoon. Maybe you are, and I was just wrong the entire time.
I think it's a dog.
Yeah, but you very much look like a dog. So,
or maybe this is a world where, like, was it BoJack Horseman? Like BoJack Horseman, they have it so that even like animals have sex with people, or animals have sex with each other. The child will always look like the male. It seems like
interesting.
Wherever the male is.
Weird.
Oh no, I think it's like this. If whoever the male is, if you have a male child, it will look like the father. The boy will look like the father, and the girl will look like the mother. Okay. That's what it seemed like.
I guess that makes sense in that world. Yeah, I like the idea of you just spitting out a random animal.
Animals should not have sex with humans, Daniel. That does not make sense. And it shouldn't be talking and stand on 2 feet.
Only if it's consensual, Dominic. Yeah, so that's kind of the premise of it, and yeah, it's very much like run around this world in a isometric view, Zelda style. So far, it's just you get your brush, and the part of the reason why I wanted to get it on the PC was so I could use the mouse to paint stuff. It's very much like a broad strokes kind of thing. Like you can hold down the mouse and it'll fill in that color across everything. You can use your scroll wheel on the mouse or one of the keyboard keys to change between like 4 different colors at a time.
It's pretty good with the mouse?
Yeah, it's not like you're not getting detailed or anything like that, but it feels good to play with the mouse, I think. And I don't know if the Switch uses the touchscreen. If it did, I think that would be cool, but if you're using the joystick... What's that?
The Switch does have a stylus, right?
No, it doesn't have a stylus.
I don't know if I feel about my fingers. I got fat fingers.
Yeah, but again, you're not doing a whole lot of detail. Like you can zoom in if you want to get fancy about stuff.
Oh, okay. All right.
But for me, and honestly, like at this point, even in the game, I'm already like, I'm just going to take my brush and wave it all over everything. And I might turn the tops of the trees green or something like that. But because you have such a limited like color palette, it doesn't feel like something where I'm going to get too in depth in the color. I'm just going to like make sure everything has color, and that's about the extent of it, to be honest with you. But so far it seems very sweet. It has a nice kind of message seemingly so far about kind of like self-doubt and your character just like imposter syndrome kind of thing, where it's like, I picked up this brush, but I really shouldn't have it, but I seem to be doing all right with it. You know, I'm doing that. After beating that first dungeon, I got kind of a power up to my brush. So now my paint glows in the dark and I can go through dark caves once I paint them. So I can see how it's going to progress. And yeah, I think so far it's really neat. The graphics are very, very cool style of like that black and white kind of like paint by number or coloring book of vagueness. And then you just splash your colors all over the place. And even when you have it, because like sometimes it'll act like a paint bucket when you do the brush, and it'll just be like, okay, I'm going to click here and it'll color the whole top of the tree green. But it does it in a little slightly sloppy way, like the edge will have like a little bit of overrun. So it very much keeps that like whimsical look to it. Yeah, but so far I'm having a lot of fun with it. I like it a lot. It's very chill. There's no voice acting in it, which is kind of a negative, but also kind of a positive, because that means I can just, you know, have it on, have the music, but also have like a podcast or something going that I'm listening to while playing it, and it's not really interrupting that.
Yeah, like Joe Rogan. You listen to Joe Rogan.
It's like Joe Rogan. Yeah. Let me tell you about ivermectin, Dominic.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Are you done?
Yeah, that's okay. About it for the game.
I forgot. I actually have 2 more games. Because one game I actually played like 3 weeks ago. I keep forgetting every time to say I played it. Because I do have a video of it, but I never put it on because like, I didn't talk about it.
Because it's not relevant.
And so I what's it called? Danganronpa?
Okay,
Danganronpa?
yeah. Danganronpa. Yeah.
Yeah, I finally played that. That's on Game Pass.
Oh,
And
okay.
I think it's just the first one, the anniversary of the first one. I don't know if it's all of them though, like anniversary and it has all of them. I'm not sure, but it's the first. I know it's based on the first game. It's like anniversary. So I never played this game. I don't really know nothing about it. I knew it was somewhat like a point and clicky kind of thing, kind of almost similar to Ace Attorney, but with a little bit more. And I haven't really played a lot of it though, but I played enough to the part where you learn that you're in this school and it's like supposed to be this really prestigious school. Like they only get the best of the best or whatever they're good at. Now you don't know why you got picked because you're not really the best at anything.
Okay.
But you say,
It's
hey,
a phony.
you got accepted, so you're going here.
Yeah.
But something strange happens and you wake up. I think you're in your room or something. I forget what happens. But this bear, this little evil looking bear, like half evil looking, half happy looking bear or something, gets an announcements and basically tells you he wants to meet you like in the auditorium. And then he just tells you that basically you're stuck in the school. Like you're stuck in here forever unless you can, unless you murder somebody and then you can get out. And it's like, what? So you have to murder somebody and get away with it. Like nobody can know that you murdered somebody. And that's where I'm at. People are trying to figure out, like trying to really know, like, is this shit is real? So he says all these rules and everything that you can or can't do. Now people are just kind of looking around the school, like to see what's the layout, and trying to know if this is real. And like all the windows are barred, like they're all covered up, like with this type of sheet metal or something that you can't get past. So you can't see the outside world or anything. You just gotta go by the clock, what time it is. Yeah, it's kind of freaky. Now I had watched a little bit of the anime, because it was on the Crunchyroll when I had it. Well, actually, technically, I still got Crunchyroll. Because that's when I saw it. I said, "Oh yeah, that game is on Xbox." So I was like, I should try the game out. And I think you get to a point where somebody does get killed. I haven't got to that point yet though, because in the anime, I think I went through a couple episodes just to see the middle of it, and somebody did get killed, and everybody's trying to find out who killed them. Now in the anime, he said how you what happens is this: like someone gets killed, you got to figure out who killed them. And thing is, if you guess the killer wrong, you die, and the person you guessed gets to go free. And then, but everybody has to agree. That's the thing. Everybody has to agree. So if everybody agrees on this one person's a killer and is wrong, it says that so everybody dies, and then that person goes free. So, and then it said, now if you guess the killer right, they die, and the game just keeps going on. And here's the thing. The person who had died was in the room of the main character. So I'm guessing that's going to happen in this game I'm about to play. Was in my room. And because she wanted to stay in my room because she was scared or something. And so anyway, so people are thinking like, I did it. And like the boy was like, oh man, I got to prove to them that I didn't do it. Now, first of all, I was like, no, you don't. Let those motherfuckers think you did it. And it's like, well, maybe y'all did it. Let them pick you, let them die, and you go home. I was like, this is so easy. Because one of the guys was like, it's up to you to prove that you didn't do it. I was like, no, it's not. You need to prove that I did it or didn't do it. That's your problem. I'm going to make it easy for me. I'm thinking like, there's something I'm missing. It's got to be a loophole I'm missing, because this seems like the easiest thing. Now, unless he was to be like, I don't want nobody to die, but somebody's going to have to die. I mean, actually, no, I don't. I don't think they have to do a vote. I'm not sure. I don't know if they have to pick somebody. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this works. Like maybe I missed it, because maybe you don't have to pick anybody. Maybe you just say, hey, we don't know, and you just move on. But I'm thinking like, yo, if y'all think I did it, go the fuck ahead. I'll see you in the afterlife. I'm like, man, that's easy. So that's got to be something I'm missing, or that could be just that could be a plot hole that maybe the author didn't think about when he wrote the story. Because that seemed like an easy plot hole. I will always think. I probably will make. Even I know I didn't do it. I say, I'll make these motherfuckers think I did it. Oh man, But then the killer. You know what? Time out. I think the killer wouldn't do it though. That's right. The person. Okay, now I just figured it out. The person who actually killed the person wouldn't vote because he know he did it or he or she did it, and they were like, "Hey, I'm not going to get myself killed." Right. I'm picking the wrong person if I know I did it. Yeah, so okay, all right. But no, what? No, here's what you do, Dan. You have to figure out the killer while they think you're the killer, and then kill the killer, and then let them think you the killer for just that one. And say, yeah, you gotta do the vote for the first one first before we worry about where the hell the other dude is at, or. If he I think the bear just automatically just says somebody dies. You have to fill out that killing first, the first killing. So I would let them think I did that, and then it'd be like, oh, don't have to worry about the other killer. So I got away with that murder, and I get to go home. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. This whole concept is pretty freaky. It's pretty sad too because kids are dying. Yeah. I guess it's just like the what's that game? Hunger Games. Like the Hunger Games.
Yes, it's called Battle Royale.
Oh yes, and the other game, I forgot I did play this right after we finished the podcast. I played Life is Strange, True Colors. Oh, okay. I beat it. I finished it.
Nice.
And yeah, the game is good overall. I don't know. Like I said, I have to play the other ones again. So which I think I am because the remastered ones just came out. I think I'm going to play. Well, I'm going to play the whatchamacallit. What's it called? The one before the storm.
Yeah.
I'm going to play that one definitely because I haven't played that one before. But I feel like this was shorter than the original Life is Strange. But I haven't played that so long. And plus, like I said, I was playing that more episodically, so like monthly kind of, that I was playing multiple times those episodes while this, I went straight through. Mm-hmm. But the game overall, I did enjoy. I did enjoy the twists. And the choices I made, I felt like they're the right choices. I wanted to go with. So it was a nice ending. I don't know how the other endings were going to be. I didn't look at them, and I don't know. I'm just not really into finding it out. I think I'm okay with just playing through this. Yeah, but it's an all right game. It's cool. If you like the Life is Strange games, I think you'll like this one. I do like how they go into her past. Actually, in the last episode, to really know how she got to be what she is. Well, though they don't explain how she got her powers, though. Kind of just like in Life is Strange. They don't ever explain how the girl got her powers. You just get it and you lose it. Like that's it. So I guess maybe they're keeping it that way. Like, hey, it's just a mystery. But they explained how she got in a situation she's in, which I did like going through that. And it's some conspiracy with the town. You learn that. Yeah, it's nicely done. Like I really enjoyed it. And yeah, that's it. So that's all I played. Nice. So I guess we'll take a quick break. When we get back, we get to the flashback segment.
All right.
And we're back. And now we're flashbacking to 2012, new month, February. So what we got here? We got Dark Summit, which is a snowboarding game that came on the GameCube. Well, the GameCube version was released in the United States. So you looked at this game, right?
I think I remember possibly even playing it back then. I think I rented it from Blockbuster or something like that. And it was just like, here's a more gritty version of kind of arcadey snowboarding.
Okay. So yeah, a gritty one, which after SSX, man, I just want more games like that, in which we haven't had no game really like that in ever. The closest thing was Riders Republic, but what's going on with that
idea.
Game? Man, that should be a free game on Game Pass or something.
It'll get there.
Well, technically, I guess you got Ubisoft Play. I guess you can play it. All right. Do you want me to say this game?
Let's see. Not for the Double Fine one. Oh, okay.
No.
The Ghost Trick. I feel like we've talked about Ghost Trick in the past. It's just an iOS release.
Yeah, because it's on Nintendo DS. Okay. All right. So Double Fine Happy Action Theater came out. You can talk about this because I never played the game.
Yeah, this was a Kinect game, and basically it was just like, here's some different scenarios for you to mess around with. Like there was a lava level, and it looked like you were in the flames, and it wasn't even really much of a game. It was really just kind of an experience. It's actually, I think, what they based the Sesame Street game they ended up releasing on. So it kind of took your actions. Oh, that's right.
Double Fine did do that game, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I should break out. I've got my Kinect out, but I should break out. I don't. That stuff never worked backwards compatible, did it?
Only certain ones, stuff. And I don't. You got to see if the Sesame Street one can.
Because that would actually, I think that would be kind of fun to do with my daughter. See if she would be into that kind of thing. Like, she likes seeing herself in photos, so seeing herself on the TV could be fun. Might have to break out the Xbox 360, Dominic.
Yeah. Yeah, and also if you do that, they tell me when you get online so we can finally beat that venture game or something. The packing game.
Connected Ventures.
All right, so what we got here? We got Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection came on the Windows. I think that's like the original games, right?
Yeah, that's probably like 1 through 3 at most or something.
Yeah, it should be 4, Danny. 4 was the best one.
Yeah,
all right, Pixel Junk Eden came out for the Windows. I don't know what this Pixel Junk was.
It's one of the prettier ones, I feel like. Just because it was like very ethereal and pink. That's the only thing I really remember about that game. I still don't know what tied all the Pixel Junk games together.
I don't either. And I got invited to early access to one of them.
Yeah.
And I don't think I even played it. I got invited. But it got a good score. Mm-hmm. Got 81 on PC Metacritic and an 86 on the PS3 Metacritic. What we got here? We got Sakura Samurai Order of the Sword. I'm gonna guess you like using the. It's on the 3DS. It's 3DS, right?
Yeah.
And I'm guessing you using the second screen as like you just swipe around with your sword. I'm just guessing on that. I have
it's
no idea.
It's probably Fruit Ninja, but with samurai swords.
Yeah, it got a 9 out of 10 on IGN. Okay, so they liked it, and Pocket Gamer gave it an 8 out of 10.
Wow.
It's an action adventure game developed by Grounding and published by Nintendo. Oh, it's actually published by Nintendo. Okay. The game was released in Japan and North America. Come on, tell me what it is. Okay, you play as a young, nameless samurai hero, sometimes referred to as Sakurai Samurai, trained by an old kappa and dubbed as Sakurai Samurai. Okay. Travels the game's world to rescue a kidnapped princess called Cherry Blossom, a daughter of the Cherry Blossom god and the land of the rising sun. Wow, this doesn't really tell me how this game is played in this Wikipedia.
I'm watching videos of it and I can't quite tell because they're showing me the upper screen, which makes sense for a 3DS game. But it's basically like you're just standing there and then you're countering, almost like what I hear about like Ghost of Tsushima. Like you're standing there and then you're waiting for the precise moment to act. But I can't tell if they're performing like specific samurai slices in like a specific way, motion wise with the bottom screen, or if it's literally just like, here you press the button. Can't tell.
Is that some, at least the couple of reviews I've seen, it seemed like it's probably a pretty decent game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm surprised by that because I don't know that I've heard of that game really.
Maybe it was one of those hidden gems.
Yeah.
All right. So what else we got here? We got the Simpsons arcade game came out from the Xbox Live Arcade. I remember this because I did pick it up because me and my friends been playing it. We played it together, beat it a few times. That game is, they cheat. They cheat in that game. But at least it's a lot easier now than before. Plus, you don't have to spend money. But no, that Simpsons arcade game, it's okay. I liked it as a kid, of course, because it's The Simpsons. And, I like anything like that. After playing, I definitely see its faults, but it's nostalgic. It's really just nostalgic, really, just playing that game. But it's just funny how a lot of the bosses and stuff weren't real characters
right
from the show. I mean, only the end, with Burns and Smithers, but all the other characters, I was like, who are these guys? Like,
and even then, it was like a weirdly
so.
colored Smithers.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that's it for 2012. For now, we're going back 20 years to 2002. We got Serious Sam, the second encounter came out on the Windows. And this is another game I was somewhat jealous I couldn't play because I remember seeing it on magazines and how good it looked, like how colorful it looked. And like it looked, well, back then it looked like real to me. It's like, oh man, this looks so good. I said, I wish this game would be on the PlayStation 2. But then I think it came to the Xbox and I was mad. I said, oh man, why did Xbox get it and I can't get on PS2? I guess the power of the Xbox was just, that they were good for it. But yeah, it got, let me see the reviews. The reviews were, they were good. It got an 85 on the PC.
That's what I expected,
Xbox only got 75. So I'm guessing like they had to take out something to get on the Xbox. Something was wrong. Maybe they didn't adapt to the controller that well. I'm not sure. All right, so what else we got here? We got Sonic Advance on the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
This is the first Sonic Advance game. And is this the first game made by THQ? A Sonic game?
That I don't know. Maybe.
Let me see. It was the first Sonic Hedgehog game released on a Nintendo console with Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the Nintendo GameCube. Oh, to release at the same time. Okay, so...
Okay. I was trying to remember which one came out first, because I remember this being a big deal and being like, oh my god, Sonic's on Nintendo finally, but I think part of that was because it was like a side-scrolling traditional Sonic, which was like, whoa. Plus, it had connection, like you could do Chow Garden stuff between the two of them.
Well, technically, this came out first. This came out a week before
the
Sonic on the GameCube.
Gotcha.
That came out on the 11th. This came out on the 3rd in the U.S. So, I mean, I don't know about the Japan. Well, Japan, December 20th, 2001, and the other one, what is it? December, the same day. Okay, so in Japan, it was the same day. They were the same day. They were just later in America. Okay, so technically, yes, they released on the Nintendo console at the same time. So this is the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
This was the beginning of Sega, like really just like going third party. I mean, I think they had Crazy Taxi. Crazy Taxi came out earlier than this, but this is like, but you're talking about seeing Sonic first time, like their main mascot, like being on another console. This is where it's like official. It's official. It's like, come on, this is it. It's like, darn, the Sega would never be the same again. But I mean, Sega's made out. They've been all right as a third party.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was scared like they were just going to die. Honestly, like when they stopped doing the consoles, I was like, are they going to survive as a third party? Is this going to work for them? And it did work out. So I'm happy too. Even though I only got like one good Sonic game out of them, out of the freaking 20 plus years they've been around. But actually, how did Sonic Advance review? Actually, that reviewed pretty good.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a Game Boy Advance. So it don't count, Daniel. If I didn't have it, it don't count. So no. Yeah, that got an 87 on Metacritic.
That's before we all came to the conclusion that Sonic games are bad.
Oh, whatever. All right. So what else we got here? We got Reckless, the Yakuza missions. Okay, I'm going to say this is not like Yakuza, the game. But
no, it's not.
Don't know. I mean, it looks like I'm looking at the cover. It came on PS2.
I feel like I remember the cover of this game at least.
Well, it actually came on Xbox first, February 4th. And are you just always in a car? Or do you get out the car? Is it like Grand Theft Auto?
It seems like it's more of a fighting racing kind of game. Like car combat, I guess. Oh, that's the word.
Car combat. Yeah. The game is a driving game set in Hong Kong in which the player completes missions. The game's then groundbreaking graphics for the Xbox made it successful for the platform, as it was specifically developed for the console rather than being a port. And then it was ported over to the PlayStation and GameCube. It got a 74 on Metacritic, so that's okay. But it got a worse score on the PlayStation and the
because they just didn't have
GameCube.
The power to run that thing. Man.
But I want to see what this game looks like.
It looks awful, even by back then standards.
Don't show me the worst versions.
Here's the GameCube version.
Yeah, that's the one I saw.
Here's the 3DS version. Yeah, I think maybe that's why I remember it so well, because it was like, here's the Xbox, one of the Xbox exclusives, because we're still in kind of like launch territory for Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Like launch window, we'll say.
Yeah, we are, because it came out that Christmas. I mean, November.
Yeah.
Last November.
So it was one of those things where like, oh yeah, they got Halo, but what else do they have? So you would start to see these games like, well, here's Reckless. You couldn't do this on the PlayStation.
I mean, looking at this stuff, I would be like, hey, that looks pretty good. I mean, back then.
Yeah.
Like I mean.
It's very shiny. Right. There's some reflections.
Yeah. I would wish I could get out the car, though.
Yeah.
Because especially after playing Grand Theft Auto, I'm like, man, if you could get out the car, it'd be really good. All right. What else we have? Oh, yes. NFL Blitz 2002 came out. I mean, there was other Blitz games, but I'm trying to think, was this like the last main one with the years? Like, they didn't do no... I don't remember no 2003. I don't think that... Yeah, there wasn't a 2003.
Yeah.
I don't know what they did. But yeah, Blitz, I didn't really get into. I just played it in the arcade, and I think a few times over a friend's house. But it was never a thing I actually really wanted.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so also Mall Tycoon came out 20 years ago. Roller Coaster Tycoon in the mall, I guess. I never played this one.
I just made all of my buildings into Spencer's gifts.
Also, Lego creator Harry Potter came out. And I guess it's just Legos and you create Harry Potter characters. I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with that one at all.
But this is before Lego was doing those proper, Traveler's Tales things.
Exactly. Proper Lego games. Yeah, Dominic, this does what I expect all Lego. Well, they fucked up, but they made the ground the little peggy boards, which I never understood why in the Lego games, like the Lego characters are there, but everything else around them is not really Lego except for the things that you have to interact with.
Well, because they'll get stuck. They can't lift their feet back up.
Yes, they can. They don't get stuck. It's just harder. You just see them struggle. That's why they have such strong, blocky legs, Dominic.
No, I thought the whole point is like, because you did that. You put them there for they won't be able to move. So you stay here.
It's just the environment that they live in. It's lazy developers, right. Dominic.
So, only one more thing. 30 years ago, D3 Publisher was established for the first time. And the only reason I know this company is because they did Dark Sector.
Mm-hmm.
They published Dark Sector, which was a game that was actually shown off before like the 360 and PS3 came out. It was kind of showing like the next gen hardware.
The revolution of video games. This is what they could look like, Dominic.
Yeah, and I mean, it looked good then. When it came out, I mean, it still looked okay, but it came out years later, after games have already come out, after Gears came out and all that. So it was like, I guess it got delayed.
Yeah.
Or something. And
it was like, here's just like a mediocre version of one of these Gears games.
Yeah. But they also they're still around. They published the Earth Defense Force games, like some of the ones that came on Switch and things and like that. What'd you say? I didn't hear you say.
The Giant Ant games.
Oh, yeah. The giant, ants, bugs and stuff and all that. Some, I don't think that all of them, just some of them, because there's different ones. All right, so that's it for the flashback segment. So we're going. Oh yes, I forgot. New month, so we have to go through our covers, Daniel.
Yeah.
So what we got here? We're going to start with PC Gamer 10 years ago, and we got Star Wars: The Old Republic on the front.
Mm-hmm.
And this was big because everybody loved those CG videos of it.
Yep.
Even though I still didn't know what the game looked like. But I was like, the CG's...
It was quite a surprise when you did see what the game looked like.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad looking, but compared to just not showing me anything and just showing me those CG scenes, I'm thinking like, okay, I guess it's going to look incredible. And I mean, it looked okay.
Looked like an MMO.
Yeah, exactly. But it was the first MMO with voice acting, though.
That's true, yeah.
All right, so we got massive preview special, the biggest games of 2012. They got Hitman Absolution, Dishonored, Guild Wars 2, Diablo 3, Mass Effect 3, BioShock Infinite. Also, they reviewed the official PC gamer verdicts on Skyrim, Arkham City, Minecraft, Assassin's Creed Revelations. They're still on that. LA Noire, Modern Warfare 3, Lord of the Rings, War in the North, Jurassic Park the game.
The funny thing about this PC Gamer versus there was the UK one that I was looking at too. The UK one still says like #1 PC game magazine in the world, but the US one doesn't say that anymore. So I wonder if it's just the UK one.
What happened?
UK one took the crown from the United States one.
But they're not the part of the same company?
I think they're both still Future.
Oh.
So I don't know. It's
All
not
right,
the
so
same magazine though. They have better exclusives over there.
So we got the Xbox magazine, and they got Hitman on the front. I'm guessing it's Hitman. Yeah, Hitman Absolution. Big in 2012. And also they got Rainbow Six Returns.
Mm-hmm.
A gut-wrenching take on Modern Warfare. Now, was this the Rainbow Six that got canceled, or?
I don't think so. I think this was... Actually, I don't know, because I feel like last time we talked about a Rainbow Six, it was the one that got canceled.
So, okay, because I get it mixed up. Okay, because Advanced Warfighter, did they have one that got canceled, or they came out and it just was not that? People
I think
didn't talk
those
about
have all
it.
come out.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, because I don't remember. I'm trying to think. The Rainbow Six before the one we played, what was it? I mean, not I said played. I mean, before that, everyone
yeah,
was
it was
playing.
Like, I still keep thinking Patriots is like a newer thing, but it was debuted on the cover of Game Informer in 2011.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would have been what it was.
Oh, okay. So yep, it never came out. Patriots.
That's so wild.
They should bring that back. Even though they are very successful with this one. I wonder how that game is doing. What's it called? Biohazard? I don't know. What's the Rainbow Six?
Oh, Extinction.
Yeah.
Extermination, something like that. I don't know.
I mean, I know
seem
reviews
like
aren't really great, but I was one of people playing it.
Yeah.
All right, what's this here? 14 achievements you'll never unlock. Okay.
I mean,
you
there are
bastards.
quite a few that it was like, here's an online thing that you can't do anymore. So,
oh yeah, well that's true. Yeah,
definitely nowadays you can't unlock them.
They got GTA 5, BioShock Infinite, Halo 4, Prototype 2. Yeah, maybe Prototype can come back, Daniel.
Yep. Hot Microsoft exclusive Prototype 2.
All right, what do we have here? We got the PlayStation magazine. They got on here Twisted Metal. Oh yeah, the new Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
I was excited for this, but then I saw the reviews, didn't like it, and I'm a sheep, so I said, well, I guess I'm not going to get it either. But yeah, I remember them showing this all. It was great. I mean, I was excited for this. Like, yes, I loved the last Twisted Metal, the big one anyway, the Twisted Metal Black. Oh, they got 2011 Game of the Year awards. I wonder who won for them. Also, Hideo Kojima on Metal Gear's Past, Present, and Future. And they reviewed Final Fantasy Fate / Extra Odd World. I don't know what Extra Odd World is.
Extra.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Extra odd.
Oh, PSP is still around? So they got it up here. And then the PS Vita. So they're living together in harmony.
Yeah.
They had 3 systems, Daniel. All right.
They did the Nintendo thing of, oh no, this isn't replacing this thing.
Yeah.
Until it replaces.
You don't see PS2 up there no more, though. All right. Game Informer. Oh, I had this magazine. XCOM Enemy Unknown. And you look at there. This is the good XCOM game, not the what was that one? The mystery, like the guy you were in like a hat and were you in a trench coat?
Yeah, I mean you might as well have been. What is that thing? The Bureau.
The Bureau, yeah, because you played it.
Yes, I did.
This is the good XCOM. You still didn't play 2, and I gave it to you.
No, I still haven't played 2.
I don't remember what happens in 2. And I
Aliens
beat that game.
take over. Again.
But yeah, XCOM, yeah, that was the start. I knew nothing about this game still, even reading the magazine.
Uh-huh.
But then when I finally saw gameplay of it, I was like, oh yeah, this is a game I would like.
Yeah, those games ended up being really good.
And the last one for 2012, Edge Magazine, The Last of Us on front. You got Joel on the front here. And we don't know if he's going to die in 2. We didn't even know there was a 2 going to be coming out. But but man, I miss Joel, Daniel.
Why would you miss Joel, Dominic? Does something
He's a
happen
good
to him
man.
in 2?
Yeah. Everybody said it, Daniel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like, but no, I don't know, Daniel. Maybe I felt like I was the only one who was like, he kind of deserved to die. I wasn't happy he died, but I was like,
yeah,
I wasn't really upset because I was like,
yeah, they're coming.
What he did at the end of Last of Us is like, come on, man.
Right.
The guy stopped the cure from fucking happening. I mean,
he's the guy that wouldn't wear a mask, Dominic.
Yeah. I'm like,
he wouldn't take the vaccine.
He killed all those people in the hospital. They were helping people. They was going to save the world. I don't blame that girl for beating the shit out of him. I mean, come the fuck on. I'm like, dude, I would have done the same thing. All right. Well, yes, what they got up here. The Uncharted team unleashes the apocalypse. Hype, The Darkness 2. I did like Darkness 2. Monster Hunter 3G. Binary Domain. Wait a minute, what was 3G? Third generation. All right. Oh yeah, Binary Domain. That was a hidden gem. That game was actually pretty good because it got it free on a PS3 through PS Plus. Played that.
That's from Platinum, right?
I don't know who did that, honestly, Damien. I mean, I call you Damien. I'm Daniel. It didn't feel like a Platinum game though.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was more of a Gears of War game.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it was more of a Gears of War type of game.
Devil's Details.
You got Spelunky HD.
It's actually the team that has done like Lost Judgment and Yakuza.
Oh, okay.
Ryuga Gotoku Studio.
Yeah, you know what? Those are the only people that I know that from Japan that actually like to do black people, have black characters. And they do it okay. Like I'm not offended. But Spelunky HD, Spelunky came out. There was like a non-HD version of Spelunky.
Yeah, there's like a web-based thing that originally came out, and it's very much like NES style graphics, very simplistic pixel art. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yep.
Prototype 2, Skullgirls. Oh yeah, Skullgirls. I did like that. Ridge Racer Unbounded is. Wait a minute. Is Unbounded a game by itself? Is that the title of the game?
I want to say it is, but because you would think they would have a better way to differentiate between like a full title and a 2-line title.
Yeah, because these other ones don't go 2 lines. So I'm thinking it's Unbounded is a. But it looks closer than the other ones. I don't know. Classics Unpicked. What's wrong with
gaming? It is
gaming?
Ridge Racer Unbounded. Good lord,
okay.
They need a better way to do that. Put more spacing between the others or something. Magazine Design 101. Come on, Dominic. What are they doing?
It says, what's wrong with gaming's Invincibles? I can't read this. It's too small. I hope it's not important. All right. So it's the future of interactive entertainment also. Oh, Beyond Minecraft.
There's nothing beyond Minecraft, Dominic. Minecraft is still the biggest thing in the world.
With the world at its feet, what's next for indie sensation Mojang to be bought out by Microsoft? I don't think it's been bought out by Microsoft yet.
Only a couple of years away.
No, the biggest thing, they did the Minecraft dungeons and something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. So where we at? We're going back 20 years to PC Gamer, February 2002. And we got on the front Unreal Tournament 2, the world exclusive.
World exclusive.
Never played. I played Unreal Tournament. I'm trying to think which one. Arena? No, not Arena. That was just because that's just multiplayer. I forget which one I played. I played Unreal before.
Mm-hmm.
Just Unreal. And I don't really remember much about that game. But Unreal Tournament, I played an Unreal Tournament. I just don't remember which one. Maybe it was this one. I'm not sure. These games I could never really get into because they were too fast for me.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, whoa, I need to slow it down. Slow it down. That's it. All right. The complete guide to online RPGs. Is EverQuest finished? Will Anarchy Online prevail? No, it will not. Plus, exciting updates and new screens for Star Wars Galaxies. Look, we're talking about Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Yep.
20 years before that, Star Wars Galaxies, man. That was the online Star Wars game.
And then they killed it.
Man. And yeah, it died.
Just wanted to be a stormtrooper, Dominic.
I just remember seeing on G4 TV them having the wedding. Somebody was having a wedding in the Star Wars Galaxies. And I was like, you saw people hold up the lightsabers and stuff. I was like, what the fuck, man? That's it. This is crazy. World of Warcraft, Shadow Bane, and more. Plus, this is the world's best-selling PC magazine.
Allegedly.
Also got some about Wolfenstein up here.
Castle Wolfenstein.
All the secrets. And what I got here? 24 red hot reviews. One for Survivor. Is this Survivor, the TV show? Battle Realms. Lineage. Harry Potter. Wizardry 8. Oh, which is better? Harry Potter or Wizardry
exactly.
8?
I mean, Wizardry's on 8, so they must be doing something right.
Yeah. Armada 3. I'm sorry. Armada 2. How about the Washington Armadas? Armada. The Washington Armada. I don't know. Nah, that's just sucks too. Oh, look, Medal of Honor reviewed. Get the only story that matters right here on page 58.
Story.
And this is is this sold edition or solo edition?
Solo edition, I think.
Yes. What other edition is there?
The Luke edition. Oh. Skywalker edition.
All right, so where I'm at now, I am at Game Informer or PlayStation Magazine.
PlayStation, yeah.
The unofficial PlayStation Magazine.
And the unofficial one.
Look at Maximo.
Yeah.
Look at her. Look at her. Where's she looking down at, Daniel?
This is sword, Dominic, obviously. She got a heart exclamation point over her.
It's like, oh, God, this is God.
Every single one of these, Dominic, is proudly 90s. Very proudly 90s.
It's like watching for no reason. Like, it just, why? Like, why?
And his pants clearly just fell down because the belt is still falling.
Oh, yes, I see that now.
Got motion lines on it.
Oh, man. All right, Game of the Year. There can only be one. Did your favorite game make the grade? Oh, yeah, I remember this racer. Capcom's first racer. The shell-shaded racing
one?
game.
Yeah, that thing looked awesome.
What do I got here? Final Fantasy X and Metal Gear Solid 2, Brand New Secrets. Where am I at? Tekken 4 for the first PS2 screens. I was somewhat excited for this, but I don't think I ever end up getting... Actually, I did get it when it was real cheap. I think it was $20. All right, New Looks. Onimushu 2. Yep, got that game. Kingdom Hearts. Yes, I was really excited for that. I love Mickey Mouse and I love Final Fantasy. I was like, yes, it's good to have them together. And Mickey Mouse was Yoda.
Little did you know.
Hold up, Mickey Mouse was Yoda before Yoda. I'm trying to think. When did Kingdom Hearts come out? It came out in 2002, end of 2000. Nah. Well, technically, Yoda, the Star Wars Clone Wars came out in May that year. So technically, it came out after the Star Wars movie. But they've been in development for so long, I'm going to say that Mickey Mouse was doing those sword flips with the Keyblade before Yoda was doing them with the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 11. Looking at that RPG, the MMO. Spider-Man the movie game.
Yeah.
That game. I remember my friend got it. It looked pretty good. It still was no 2 though.
Nope.
No, I'm wrong. Or am I right, Daniel? What am I thinking? I am wrong. I'm thinking about Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2 didn't come out till... This is Spider-Man 1.
Yeah, Spider-Man 1.
Okay. So, yeah, Spider-Man 2... okay.
Yeah,
didn't know it existed.
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. But you know what? Here it is. I didn't like it. I didn't like the movie one better than the PlayStation ones that came out.
Yeah, it wasn't as good.
Yeah. Or, well, PlayStation and GameCube. N64. All right. Maximo, a giant sized. Okay, you see what they did here.
Mm-hmm.
Review shows why you must buy this game, plus beginner's tips.
She sees what's giant sized.
Yeah.
I hate it.
All right, so where are we at? We are at Game Informer now.
Yep.
And what we have is Turok up here, killing a dinosaur.
Just stabbing a dinosaur in the face.
I think Peter should go after this guy. Look, he stabbed a dinosaur, and then these dinosaurs got like freaking turrets on the back of them, like missile launchers.
Yeah.
I don't know in the background here.
It's our
yeah,
dystopian future.
This is weird. I never understood this. Like, why is it? Is this the past or what the hell happened?
I think there was definitely time travel involved.
Yeah. World premiere of Turok Evolution for the Xbox, GameCube, and PlayStation 2. And I was excited for this game because it looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Like from what I saw.
And it had dinosaurs.
And the secrets of Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Secret is the community is toxic.
But actually, you know what? No. I was excited for that game, but it turned out to be suck.
Yeah.
But the one that came on 360 was actually okay.
Oh, this isn't that one?
It's 2002.
Turok. I mean, I get, yeah, duh. Yeah, that was just called Turok, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't remember what Turok Evolution is then.
It was horrible, I think, Daniel.
I mean, it looks terrible from this cover. God. Yeah, I don't think I remember this cover now with the Velociraptor like jumping at you, but I don't remember anything about ever playing this game or anything.
I think I saw the screenshots. I was like, yeah, it was, and then I saw the reviews. I was like, yeah.
I think I might have played the Game Boy Advance version.
No, the Game Boy. Oh, there's a Game Boy Advance version?
Yeah, I'm sure it was like a side scroller or something.
Oh, okay. All right, so we got Edge Magazine 20 years ago, and they got The Legend Returns, the Atari-san. Now, I don't know what was coming out for Atari around this time.
Nothing. They were just being stupid.
I mean, it was publishing some games, Atari.
The Matrix, Dominic. The Matrix.
Maybe? Well, hold up. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, now thinking about it, around 2000.
Yeah. 2000. When did Matrix come out? 2002
I think 2000
or 3?
Exactly, didn't it?
2003. No, I mean the second Matrix. No, the Matrix game. The game. The game came out 2003, I want to say, the same time as the 2
Enter
movie.
the Matrix came out 2003.
So that was Atari, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they published it.
What other game was happening, though, with Atari for them to have this cover? And I lost where I put the cover at.
Stuntman.
Oh, yeah, that's a big game. I mean, people, they were talking about Stuntman.
2002,
So yeah,
they had Moto Racers 3, Action Man, Arctic Adventure, TD Overdrive, The Brotherhood of Speed, Stuntman.
I like that subtitle.
V-Rally 3, and Trophy Hunters 3.
Trophy Hunters. This is before the PlayStation had trophies.
Which is why it was on PC only.
All right, let's move on to Nintendo Power here. We got Kobe on the front for NBA Courtside 2002. I never played none of these games because I was no way in hell. Well, first of all, on the Nintendo 64, I was not playing any sports games with that damn controller.
Yeah.
Kiss my ass. And I didn't have really a GameCube. And the only sports game I did play on GameCube was NBA Street 2.
Yeah.
Because I got that when I had a GameCube and I was taking my PlayStation 2 to get fixed. I ended up getting that for GameCube and say, I want this game, so I just played the GameCube one. And that was fun. It was fun because that controller is a little bit better. It's definitely better than the N64 controller, which I was playing wrong anyway. But
yeah.
Now I'm thinking, if I was playing the right way, I still cannot play a sports game with that controller, man.
Yeah.
God darn. What the fuck were they thinking?
They were thinking, hey, we made this for the Mario game that we designed.
Yeah, exactly.
And all the other games that we designed. We don't give a shit about these other games. Even though technically NBA Courtside was a Nintendo published thing, right?
Yeah, but it's American sports.
Claim? Yeah, that's true. You don't get any input on this.
Nah. All right, what they got here? 2 Sonic Blasts.
Yeah.
I guess they're talking about the Sonic games that's coming on GameCube and Game Boy Advance.
Exactly, yep.
And you got Nintendo Power Insider Strategies for Batman Vengeance. Cell Damage.
Yep.
Dark
Twisted Metal,
Summit.
but cell shaded.
Yeah. And Smashing Drive.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. What is
that? That was a like car racing smash 'em up game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think the cover had like a
World.
plow on the front of a taxi or something.
Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2. That's what Nintendo was doing. So stupid ass titles.
Exactly. Like, it took them 2 releases to get to Super Mario World. They didn't just start there.
All right. So where are we at here? Oh, that's it for 2002. Then we're going back 30 years to Nintendo Power for February 1992. And we got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 on the front. You got Raphael. Yep, Raphael on the front here. Yep. The Manhattan Project. My friends at the time did not believe that this game existed. I told them that I had it. I was like, look, Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. I never seen a commercial for it because there was like, you didn't see no commercial for it enough. This I know, I didn't either. But I went to Toys R Us and it was there because my dad was like, he could buy me a game. So I was just looking at games. That's at a time where I didn't know what games come out. You just go to the store and see what they got. And you look at the covers. If the cover look good, then you want that game. You didn't know how the game really looks like. You look at the back, you see like 3 pics of it, and it's like, okay. I think I made a mistake and got like a puzzle game just because of the cover, and it was like, oh shit. But I learned to look at the back of the game to at least see what kind of game it is.
Right.
But this, I was like, what? Is this real? There's a Ninja Turtles 3? I never heard of this. So, I got that game. It was fun. It was real fun. I remember the first level was a beach. That's all I can remember right now of it.
They were on vacation, and then they got attacked.
Yeah. So, it says, dive into big city. Oh, you see, look, Donatello's in there.
Yep.
Right there. And looks like, what is that under him? Is that a bag of cocaine or something? What is that down there? Yes.
I think it's one of the reflectors on the street, Dominic.
Oh, okay. But, okay, whatever.
Or it's a turtle poop.
All right, yeah, this doesn't really have much up here. Plus 10 more mega hits up here.
This is one ugly Raphael, though.
It is.
His head just looks wrong.
I don't like him with pupils. I like it when they have it's all white. All right, so that's it for the flashback segment. So we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we get to the gaming news.
All right.
And we're back. And now let's get to the gaming news. So what we got, Dan?
All right, Dominic. So we got some news on Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online finally coming to these new generation consoles. They're coming on March 15th to the Xbox Series
and
family.
They are free upgrades. It's amazing.
I didn't see any pricing stuff, but considering the fact that they were touting that the online will be free on the PS5, I'm going to say they definitely are going to cost everybody money.
Now, it's a time limit on that free, right?
Yeah, it's 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah, so you gotta get in there early. I don't know if you can probably just download it off the website, maybe the same way you do with like the PlayStation Plus games for the month.
Well, being as though my friends aren't getting PS5s, it won't matter to me because I'm not playing with randos on that game. I barely want to play it at all.
Right. Yeah. So I was looking to see if they had pricing on that stuff, but I couldn't find anything. But what do you think, Don? It's got to be full price, right?
I mean, if it is, yeah, then I don't even fucking care. I mean, I don't have the systems anyway.
Yeah.
But I mean, from what I've seen for the videos, yeah, it looks good. It looks great. Up-res and everything. I know people are complaining that it wasn't. I forgot what resolution. Like it said up to 4K, and people are mad that it's not beyond it. Which is funny because I don't care. That doesn't really matter to me, like at all. But I guess that's a problem. But I don't know. It's like a problem not for me. Whatever.
I mean, as long as it looks good, like.
I mean, I guess if you bought, I guess if you got the support for 8K or something, but I don't know. I feel like if you do, you got a computer and that's what you got it for. And I can't believe you got it. You got a PS5. And you're like, oh, I gotta get 8K set up here now. But yeah, full price. I mean, that's bullshit if it is.
I mean, the scary thing is full price is now $70. I didn't even think about that. We're gonna be paying $70 for a game that released on the Xbox 360.
What did you add to this except for it running better and looking good? You got to add more than that if I'm gonna play full price. You better add all those fucked up HD releases, you released all the old games. Shit.
Yes, but also that's not going to make it worth it. All right. A couple of days ago, I think it might have been just Friday or Thursday, Sony was doing a state of play. They had one for Gran Turismo. I didn't write anything on here for that because it's
did you watch
Gran Turismo. I scrolled through it a little bit just to see how it looked, and it looked like a Gran Turismo game.
Well, I looked at Game Informer's like play thing just to see the game. I didn't watch the state of play. It looks great, but it's just that it's a simulation racer.
Yeah, it looks boring.
And which is funny because the people playing Game Informer is like, well, I'm not really into Gran Turismo, but they were playing it all of them. But somebody's like, hey, who cares? Somebody say, who cares? It's like, this is play. I was
Drive
like,
around.
none of these guys are into it. Like, I was like, hey, it looks good. I say it's good for people who like it.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks great, but yeah, it looks boring.
I mean, hey, they got those indie racers, you know. I can't drive those cars in Horizon.
Not yet, you can't.
Yeah. I mean, but you could drive those cars in the regular Forza,
In the
right?
motorsport, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess,
Which will probably be the next one we're seeing, so.
I mean, I guess that's really is. It's like, hey, how many frames a second does the Turismo gets Forza? And Forza, the regular motorsport, because Horizon's you got all these environments you're going through and shit.
Yeah.
While here it's just the tracks. I mean, that's the type of game it is, which is fine. I was kind of hoping though that they would expand on it. Like they would be like, you know what? We're going to expand extra, but they said, nope, this is who we are. We are this and we're sticking with this.
What you want from us.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
And, I mean, I know people there are, but I know they could have also grabbed another audience. I don't know. Maybe they got an easy mode. Do they have I'm guessing they don't have a rewind mode. I didn't see that. I didn't hear the Game Informer guy say anything about it. I'm thinking you just put it in. So what? Like, what is that patented? Is rewind patented in Horizon or something?
I can't imagine it is. Maybe.
And add what else does Horizon got that I really like? I forget. Some type of easy mode, like, hey, but you don't have to be so precise.
Yeah. I mean, you can still give people that too. Just give me the option to also do.
That's what Horizon does, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So like turning off the driving line and turning on, the driver assist stuff. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, shit, you can literally have that game basically play itself, right?
Oh, it play itself. Because one time I just held the trigger. And
yep.
it was,
I
was like,
think there's a mode to like follow the drive line or something like that.
Yeah. It was just going right by. So I was like, oh shit, this thing is breaking and everything. Good job. That's it. Say, they should let me race online like this. Yeah, I have a chance. I'll probably still be dusted.
Just making people so angry.
All right, with the Gran Turismo, I mean, it does look great, and I'm happy those people get to play that game. I'm curious how it looks on the PS4, because that's coming on PS4 also.
Like absolute trash and runs like garbage, Dominic. Especially our PS4s.
Well, it shouldn't look like trash.
Shouldn't, but I have my doubts. I mean, we're gonna find out real soon, Dominic, how these things shake out with Horizon.
Yeah, I want to know because Horizon. Listen, it should look like the last Horizon, right, Daniel?
Yeah,
and that looks fine,
and should run like that one, right?
Yeah.
Except it's more detailed, Dominic. There's underwater bits and whatnot now, so it's not going to. I don't know. Yeah. I'm concerned because I remember like a couple of weeks back they posted on Game Informer like, "Hey, new screenshots from the PS4 version." But all of them said, "Well, there's that," but also all of them said, taken from a PS4 Pro. So it's like, yeah, I don't know how this is going to go.
But you know what? Didn't they do that? I think they were kind of doing that with these later games too, with the PS4 Pro, with what they were showing off on these games. But yeah, the whole screenshot thing was kind of bullshit. I mean, it was like, you really can't show no gameplay of this. Like, did y'all make this game look worse than... If you made it look worse than the last one, yes, I deserve to criticize your ass. But if it looks the same, there's no problem.
Yeah.
Like, fine. All right. So what we got, man?
All right, just to jump back to Grand Theft Auto real quick, they also announced officially that they are working on and are in active development for the next Grand Theft Auto title.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Is there anything in particular you're looking for out of that, setting-wise or
no,
gameplay-wise?
Not really. Just that I hope that it's good single-player content, because I will not be touching the online.
Yeah.
So, there's that.
Absolutely. All right, going back to Sony, I was talking about the showcase because they also did a showcase for Ghostwire Tokyo. They also announced a release date for that. It's March 25th of this year, so not too far away. And it looks...
What is that game?
What's that?
What is it? Like, what you do in this game?
It's... so they had a kind of an extended gameplay video that went along with it, as well as some like behind-the-scenes interview stuff. But it basically looks like an action game, like a first person, I say shooter, but a lot of it seemed like magic-y stuff. It reminds me a lot of the new Shadow Warrior games. I don't know if the world is bigger or what, but there's something going on there.
Okay. Yeah, I see that now.
Yeah. Looks really good.
It looks interesting. Yeah, it does. And this is published by Bethesda, right?
Yes. So it is.
Yes, but it's coming like exclusive on PlayStation.
Timed to the PlayStation. Yeah.
PlayStation.
And also PC, of course, but console wise, PlayStation. Yep. So this, I believe, is the final one of that, and because it was that and Deathloop basically that were the existing contracts that were in place that they had to fulfill before they do their Xbox exclusivity stuff. But that game looks like it has
on a
lot
string.
of promise. Yeah. Ghost looks like he hung himself. It's awful, but also incredible.
It looked like a Halloween decoration, like a crappy Halloween decoration.
It does. Yeah. So that game looks awesome. I mean, visually it looks incredible, and also like gameplay wise, it doesn't look like it's just a scary game. It looks like there are creepy enemies, but it looks like for the most part you can do pretty good to handle yourself, basically.
I'll still be scared though, but I think I'll get through it.
Yeah, so it looks good. Another game announcement that we got this week, Dominic. Yacht Club Games, the developers from Shovel Knight, have finally released details on a new project that they have. It's going to be called Mina the Hollower, because she's like a groundhog, not a groundhog. What's the other one that burrows? I'm trying to think of.
Like
a mole or something.
A mole?
Yeah, something like that. Basically. A mole rat, a naked mole rat.
Yeah.
Basically, it's going to be like Game Boy Color era inspired graphics. It very much has the vibe of like a Zelda Ocarina of Time or something from that era. It looks really neat. Now, the weird thing is that it's going to be a Kickstarted game, despite the fact that, they did pretty well off the back of Shovel Knight. And they'd been asked about that. They said, though we're financing a majority of the project ourselves, we hope we can create a more expansive game via Kickstarter. More importantly, we want to build a community around Kickstarter, much like we did with Shovel Knight. We also want to share our development process more than ever before. So what do you think about a developer this size going back to the Kickstarter well, Dominic?
Weird. I thought
it is weird.
Yeah, after all the Shovel Knight did, after all what it's done, I mean, why do they have to go back to do they have to, or they're just doing it?
I don't know if they have to, but I mean, if we take them at their word, they need to create a bigger game. But that's kind of where I'm like disappointed, because one, that implies that they're not that far into development on this. If they're, if outside money is going to help increase the scope of that game, they're projecting, I think, like end of 2023 already. But with the way these Kickstarter projects go, including Shovel Knight, the fact that that's probably going to get pushed out even further, especially depending on what they do as far as like stretch goals and stuff like that. I'm a little concerned there, especially it's weird to go back to Kickstarter after they themselves have already been publishing other people's games as well. Because, like even Cyber Ninja, which we talked about a little bit as part of the Game of the Year stuff, is like that was a game that was published by them. So they seemingly have the money in the bank that they could fund this themselves.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, I've seen Yacht Club Games recently. And I was like, okay, this is one of those videos I put up. Yep. Not exactly. I was doing with the podcast. But I don't get it. Shovel Knight that's been so successful. Like it's been so many releases on a lot of platforms now. Yeah. I feel like you would have something like you would think like, hey, that was something to start off to do something big with, right?
Right. Yeah.
Now you got to go back to it. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
You just spend all your money on something else wasn't supposed to.
It's like
was it hookers? Hookers or strippers or strippers? Like remember that old?
They're more respectful
studio that was like they did strippers and weed. It wasn't hookers and coke. It was strippers and weed.
Yeah. So it's weird, but I don't know. I still haven't decided whether I'm gonna like help Kickstarter or whatever. I think they've already got like $600,000 or something like that.
No, Daniel, you need to help with the game I'm doing, the being a dick, so I can get that episode out faster. So go give that man money.
Yeah, they have $690,470 with 25 days to go still. Like, I don't know. I just don't know. Because, like, all the extra tiers are probably like, you get a thing, like a physical thing. And I'm like, I don't need a physical thing.
But see, with being a dick, man, you get these pictures of these girls, apparently.
$75, you get a Dev Hangout, which means full access to Yacht Club Games design live streams. Be a fly on the wall. That's a fly on the wall. That's not a hangout. I get to not hang out with you guys.
You get to be they be in a room and you be behind the glass. So
I get to be cucked by these developers.
You know what?
Thank you.
You know when they do like the celeb say, "Hey, play golf with this guy" or play something with this celeb or sports star. I always kind of didn't want that. I mean, as a kid I did, but as I got a little bit older, I thought, man, because these guys maybe they don't even want to do this. They're just doing it because of the money. It's be so awkward.
Yeah. And then you're just hanging out with these dudes who like might even just be complete assholes to you because they don't want to be there.
So I'm hanging out with this guy who's getting paid to hang out with me. That's I don't know. This is weird. It's
always I don't know. I guess like the whole celebrity thing in general is weird to me because like even just like going up to a celebrity in real life and being like, yo, let me take a picture. Let me get an autograph. I mean,
it would have to be. The only way is like how, when we went to the game convention stuff, like somebody was there. Like they're meant to be there for that,
Yeah,
like,
and it's also just like even then, like pictures and stuff is weird to me. It's just like, hey, like thanks for your game, like awesome job. Like not here, sign my copy of Pokemon or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm built different, Dominic. NFTs. That's why I don't want them.
Oh, snap, Daniel. I forgot to mention on the South Park, they were making fun of Matt Damon with the Bitcoin commercial.
Yes, they were.
They was like, hey, we gotta be because when Cartman was saying, damn, what did he want to do? He wanted to do something before they could get pajama day. They say, oh no, man. He said, nah, you gotta do what Matt Damon did. He said, remember what he said? Be bold.
Be bold.
And he said, but everybody lost their money. He said, that's right. He said, but they still tried to be bold. Like what they say, fortune favors the bold. Yeah, fortune favors the bold. That's in his commercial. And he was saying like, yeah, do what Matt Damon does. And they keep making fun of Matt Damon throughout that show with that commercial. Yeah, this is ridiculous with that shit, yo. That NFTs is like, yo, because for me personally, it's like, who is this for? Is this not for me, right? Like, y'all just.
It is if you want to put some money into it, though.
Like, what is for me? How is this a good thing? You know what?
Because
Why is
you
this a
could
good thing for me?
grift someone else.
No, I feel like I'm the grifted.
You can be, I mean, you are. That's the whole thing. But also, it depends on where you get into it. You know, you could be the grifter, or you could be the griftee.
Yeah.
You could be part of the privileged grifted class, Dominic.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's just like Wall Street, unfortunately. It's like, you know, depends on when you get in, depends when you get out. You could make some money. I'm not going to sit here and act like you couldn't make money off NFTs, Dominic, but...
No, you could. Yeah, you can. But if that's your goal, I mean, the whole goal is to get... The right thing to do is get it to be successful just for, like, to be a normal thing and people like, and it actually a benefit to people getting it or selling it. Like, there's both benefits for both. Right now, I'm just seeing it. You're just hoping to get money out of it, and who cares? Gives a fuck what the hell happens to it after that.
Basically. Yep.
Oh man, seeing these hitless schoolgirls is fucking creepy, man. and this Ghostwire Tokyo, good God.
Yeah, them and like the what is his name, Slender Man looking guys.
Yeah,
there's some creepy.
But you know what? I think that's a sexual thing going for some people, man. Those hitless those hitless girls, man.
For me, it's the Slender Man. Look at how tall and skinny he is. Just wears that suit. All right, Dominic. And then the biggest news we have here of the week, coming off of kind of last week's biggest news of Microsoft buying Activision. Sony has now acquired the creators of Halo, Bungie.
Yep.
And this just feels so petty, Dominic. They're just like,
you
look,
really
what?
You really does?
No.
You sure this wasn't a planned strategy, Daniel?
I'm sure it's a planned strategy. I mean, these things take forever to go through, but it does feel in the way that I want to joke about it, that it's very much like they bought that big publisher. What can we do to fuck them over? Even though it has no bearing on them really whatsoever. Yeah. But it's like, oh yeah, your biggest franchise, we now own the people that created that.
Okay. I mean, and Destiny was successful. Destiny 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
So really it's the future. So some people are thinking like, oh yeah, we're finally get a first person shooter. But I'm like, are they going to do that? Are they going to do like a whole new first person shooter single player thing? Or is it going to be like what Destiny is?
Yeah. No, they're going to use the Killzone license, Dominic.
Yeah.
Going to resurrect it. Now, I saw a lot of people speculating that they basically picked them up to bolster their like online infrastructure thing, because with Destiny, they know how to build out those kind of, infrastructures, and Sony is failed in a lot of ways to kind of do that.
They really don't have no games that really mess with online. I mean, except for the Last of Us has multiplayer, right?
The new stuff I don't think includes that multiplayer, but 4 came out with multiplayer.
Yeah. Well, Uncharted had multiplayer, and I'm trying to think what else had multiplayer, like of those games. I mean, now you have that game that was free for a while, with that racing game, like
the Derby Destruction Derby stuff.
But they don't really have a lot of online games. Sony.
No, they really don't.
Yeah,
not single, exclusive games. No. Yeah, it's interesting because their wording is even more like disambiguous than Microsoft's was, and I guess we also have the context of like one acquisition from Microsoft already to see how they're going to handle things, so we filter that through the lens of, oh yeah, they're just going to make all this shit exclusive. They can say whatever they want, but this one feels more like they're like open to releasing on multiple platforms, but that could just very well mean PC, which they would be kind of crazy not to, especially since Sony has of late been more open about releasing their exclusives on PC as well.
Oh, and I'll get to there's another big news to say too.
Okay,
but I'm sticking with this. I can't wait till Sony tell us about this new platform of like they're supposed to be similar to Game
Spartacus.
Pass.
Yeah.
I really want to know what they're gonna do with that, man. Because I'm hoping it's pretty damn good, man. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, if they can provide the same level of quality there and release timing, I think they could have something.
Yeah, the problem is that, I mean, it's somewhat of a problem. Like, it'll be exclusive to just the console. Like, there isn't going to be like Game Pass where you can play on your phone and play on your PC. Well, technically, not at the launch. At launch, you can't play on your PC. Maybe later on, like they did with PlayStation Now.
Yeah.
They had it. I kind of want them to do that, though. I want them to be exactly like Game Pass is. So I can play it. I don't have to have a PS5. I can still get those games, though, and play it through the cloud where I can stream it, just like some PlayStation Now games. And then I don't have to. I mean, eventually I'll get a PS5, but then at least I can play these games somewhere. Yeah.
Unless you don't have to, because
or make it so I can play my PS4. At least my PS4, just like an Xbox One does. I can play Xbox Series X games on my Xbox One because of the cloud.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I'm just thinking that they're not going to do that. I think that's going to be just the downside to it. It's going to be pretty good, but that's going to be the downside. Is that it's not going to be like that, though. It's going to be a service, but it's not going to be everywhere. They're going to say, you have to have a PS5 because we want you to buy them. All right, so that's all the news you got, right?
Yeah.
So the news I got is that the MLB The Show, the new this year's one, 2022, right?
Yeah,
will be Xbox Game Pass launch, just like last year's.
Yep. I meant to put that on there because of the other part of that as well.
That is awesome. And we know it's coming to the Switch.
Yes.
But now we know it's going to be coming to the Game Pass, and they did it again. And which I'm shocked that the other one has not gotten off Game Pass. I'm like, they really kept this thing the whole year, and I can still get the next year. Because I was scared. I was like, am I going to have to buy this game? I mean, it's cheap now. So right. I was like, when am I going to have to buy it? When is it going to say it's going to leave? Now when I saw that news, I said, oh my God, thank you, Microsoft. Thank you. And it's pretty messed up, though, because they're about to be on strike because they're still the baseball, because they're with some some bargaining stuff is happening.
Oh, really?
Behind the scenes, yeah. I'm not really paying attention to it, honestly, man, because it's enough other sports right now going on for some reason, and I'm not into professional sports like I used to be. Right. So I hear it in passing, and then I'll if baseball doesn't happen this year, I mean, that kind of sucks. But then again, my Orioles was going to suck like balls anyway, and I'll just play the baseball game, and that'll be my fix. The baseball game will be my fix for baseball. So yeah, I thought that was real cool. Also, we already said who was on the front. Shohei Ohtani, the guy who won the MVP for the American League. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, Xbox, man, they're making moves, man. They are making moves. And I want Sony to make some moves like that. I want to play Ratchet and Clank right now.
Yeah.
Without me buying the system. And I just pay for your service.
Yep. Absolutely. If I could do that, I'd be on board for at least as long as it took me to get through that game.
Yeah. All right, that's all I got.
All right, Dominic, we got new releases then. This week we've got Life is Strange, the remastered collection on PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Google Stadia, Dominic. So look at them getting something.
Now, I saw an article on Kotaku talking about how something about Google Stadia. About it going away or something.
Really? I got a notification from them the other day talking about that Rainbow Six extinction. Like, hey, you can play the demo without a credit card. Come, please use our system, please. Google quietly ditching Stadia, a report.
That's what I saw. I saw nobody else talk about it. So I was wondering what is this?
According, in response to this, seemingly, Google Stadia on Twitter said, if you hear one thing, hear this. The Stadia team is working really hard on a great future for Stadia and cloud gaming. We hope you agree, and we know the proof is in the playing. Meanwhile, this article says, again, courtesy of Kotaku, according to current and former Google Stadia employees, there are some folks who still believe in the dream of playing stuff like Cyberpunk on your phone. But one person who spoke to Business Insider estimated that only about 20% of the focus now at Stadia was on the gaming side. There are plenty of people internally who would love to keep it going, so they are working really hard to make sure it doesn't die. One source explained to Business Insider, but they're not the ones writing the checks. Google Stadia has since responded to the report on Twitter, saying they're working really hard. While it's unlikely Google will pull the plug on Stadia anytime soon in the near future, it's become more and more apparent that Google's gaming bet didn't pay off. I mean, we already knew that. Like, the fact that they maybe see 1 or 2 games each month as added to their platform, like, of course, they're not putting in the work to make sure that they're getting the games that people want to play, even if the experience is good through Stadia, unfortunately.
Yeah. And just like, I think somebody was complaining, saying like, they were saying like, hey, can you get this game up here, a Pacific game that is not on there? Say like, it's played on a freaking Switch through the cloud. Why is that on Google Stadia?
Right.
And then somebody said, well, it's up to the company to go on Stadia. It say you can't be blaming Google. But I'm like, well,
yes,
I'm sorry.
I can.
That's the platform. That's the platform I'm using. And they have to convince them. Yes, their job is to convince them. My job is to tell them, look, I'm on your platform. Mm-hmm. Get these guys to come over here. Do what you need to do.
Exactly. That's like saying it's not on Microsoft to get more Japanese RPGs or something if I want more Japanese RPGs. No, that's on them.
Fine. If I don't blame Google, then I just don't play with them then. Buy it into the platform anymore because you can't get the games. Like, what are you saying? You saying I should still buy on the platform to be like, oh, it's not your fault, but I'm still going to get your platform even though you can't get these games to come on here.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I can't give you money if the games that I want don't come out on your platform. That's the way you've set it up. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, like that's the thing. If Google's having a hard time getting these games, then yeah, that's on them. Like you should have known. I mean, you shouldn't have opened this platform up. You open it up for people to buy into this. Hey, that's your failure if you can't get these companies to come up there.
All right, so we got that, Life is Strange, and we also have the big one this week, Dying Light 2 Stay Human, Dominic. It's now out on the PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. Well, Series Family, I should say.
Yeah, the reviews are kind of over the place. I haven't seen. Have you seen any horrible reviews? I don't think
I haven't seen any horrible ones. No.
I think it's just been like good to great. I mean, I saw one that was great, but most of them I've seen is just okay. It's like okay, good. You know, nothing. Yeah. I'm not really seeing a lot of people saying like so much better than the first one. Maybe it's technically it is, but I heard like the story is not that great though, and there's nothing really. Yeah, like it seems to be what's the word for tedious or something like that.
Mm.
So this feels like a game that if I'm going to get and play with my friend, it'll wait for a sale, like Dying Light 1 was.
Yeah. But here we are, Dying Light 2 coming out before Dead Island 2.
yeah, we are
finally
here.
Happened, Dominic.
Dead Island, I don't know. I don't think that game. Well, it might come out, but it's just going to be like totally new developers or some shit.
It's kind of crazy because even this went on, was delayed indefinitely for a couple of months there, and then here we are. It's weird to think that game's coming out, or at this point has come out, I should say. So, yeah, games are still coming out, Dominic. We're coming up on some big ones. We got Horizon coming out. We got Elden Ring for some people by the end of the month.
Well, I don't know. Elden Ring might be good for us too, Daniel. I don't know. I don't know what exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like a maybe more fast-paced, closer to a Bloodborne than a.
Are they gonna have a lot of flaccid penises like in Game of Thrones?
Maybe. Yes, that's George R. R. Martin's input on any of these projects. He's like, can we have more flaccid penises? Can we mutilate some of them? Yes. All right, Dominic. So that was all I had for the week. You have anything else?
Nah, I'm good, man.
All right. I guess I do want to correct real quick that Mina is a mouse, not any sort of burrowing animal. So I'm not sure why she's a burrower, but she's a mouse.
Wait a minute. You talking about Chicory?
No, Mina, the Yacht Club Games game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. Weird, but whatever. I guess mouse burrow too, probably. All right. Thank you guys as always for listening. You You can check us out on Twitter. Dominic is at DStallworth5. I'm at RegulusMB. The podcast is at SupaPod, SupaPod. SupaPod.com is the website. You can check us out there. Has links to all the places you can find us, including YouTube, where there's a video version of this podcast. This past week, Dominic posted up the Half-Ass Game of the Year Awards second annual version. That was very good. Check that out. And yeah, you can also find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all those other wonderful places where you find podcasts. Until next time, guys, we'll see you later.
All right, see ya.